Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel where I'm on a journey to achieve my financial goals and hopefully motivating you to achieve yours as well. So today we're just going to be talking about what numbers I find most important on my financial independence journey. I wanted to do this video because I do watch other YouTubers videos who are on financial independence journeys, and I noticed that they use a lot of different numbers when tracking their progress, whether it's debt payoff or net worth updates. And so I just wanted to share with you all what numbers that I find most important on my financial independence journey and why. So let's get started. So first off, I think we should start with defining what financial independence is. So according to Wikipedia, financial independence is pretty much just establishing enough passive income to cover your living expenses. So of course, passive income can be rental income or money that you're receiving from the market, pretty much anything where you don't have to work for a job in order to receive an income. And then, like I said, I do watch other people who are on financial independence journeys. And I noticed that a lot of people are trying to save enough money in order to achieve financial independence. And so I suppose that is another way for you to achieve financial independence by saving enough money so you don't have to depend on a job for that income in order to support your living expenses. So I suppose that is another way to achieve it. So let's start off with this first number. So the first number that I find most important is your assets. Assets are pretty much anything that you have that have money value. And I say this is most important because there's no way that you can achieve financial independence without assets. Whether you're trying to establish enough rental income to cover your living expenses, that rental property is an asset. Or if you are trying to save enough money to cover your living expenses for the rest of your life, your savings account or your investment account is an asset. So you definitely need assets in order to achieve financial independence. And that's why it's important to keep track of your net worth so you can also consider your assets. The second most important number is passive income. So like I just said, passive income can be rental income or either the money that you're receiving in the market in return from your investments. So I find this to be the second most important number because I feel like this is one of the ways that you can achieve financial independence. Is literally in the definition of financial independence, but also I think it is one of the fastest ways to achieve financial independence. The third most important number is savings. I say this because this is the other way to achieve financial independence. I just don't think it's faster than establishing passive income. So if someone has to save up $1 million in order to achieve financial independence, I just personally think it's faster to establish that passive income instead of trying to save up $1 million. The fourth most important number is your living expenses slash budget. So I say this is the fourth most important number because, of course, you need to know how much your living expenses are in order for you to establish enough passive income to cover them, or you need to know how much your living expenses are in order for you to establish enough savings to cover them. But this is not more important than those other items because no matter how much your living expenses are, if you have those other items as far as enough passive income to cover your living expenses, you have financial independence. And you can't do anything with your living expenses to cause you not to need those other items that I've already listed. So you can't lower your living expenses to $0 completely and not need passive income. It's impossible. You're always going to have living expenses, whether it's property taxes or what have you. You're always going to have living expenses and you're going to need some type of passive income or savings in order to cover those living expenses. And the fifth most important item is total debt. So I say this is fifth because there's nothing that you can do with your debt that would cause you to achieve financial independence immediately. Like I just said, even if you were to become completely debt free, you're still going to have to go back and establish your passive income or your savings to cover your living expenses because you're still going to have those other living expenses. And I do understand that some people have high interest debt, and it probably is best that you go ahead and take care of your high interest debt, especially if the interest rates that you would receive on your debts is higher than the return that you would receive on your investments for your money. So that kind of makes sense. But if you have low interest debt, I don't know if it is necessary that you become completely debt free. And like I said, I think that paying off debt is an attempt to lower your expenses so you don't have to save as much or you don't have to have as much passive income. But if you can establish passive income at a quicker rate, then you can pay off debt, then why would you not do that? Okay, so for example, if you watch my monthly net worth update videos, then you'd know that our net worth is about $96,000. So that means that even if I was to pay off all my debt, I would still have about $96,000 left over. But I say that to say that yes, we still have debt. It's just our assets offset the debts by $96,000, but we still have about $190,000 of debt. So let's just say someone was to give me $190,000. So of course I could either pay off this debt that I owe or I can invest the money. So according to NerdWallet, the average return on your money in the market is about 10%. So if I was to invest the money, I would be receiving about $15.83 per month from the return in the market. So just to put that into context, if you watch my budget with me videos, then you would know that my living expenses are currently about $2,600 per month. Now, if I was to just take that $190,000 and pay off my mortgage and my student loans, then that would lower my monthly expenses by $1,000. And then I would still have other living expenses outside of my debt of about $1,600. And that's it. That's all I could do with that money is just pay off debt, and the money is gone. It's going to the debt. So, on the other hand, I could invest that money and receive that $1,583 per month, and that would be able to help me pay even more of the living expenses that I have. So, I could pay my monthly payment for my mortgage loan and my student loans and still have more money left over to help with my living expenses otherwise. So, as you can see, this is about a $600 difference from if I was to try to pay off debt than if I was to just accept the return that I'm receiving in the market. It would benefit me by about $600. So also at some point I'm going to pay off my mortgage loan, and so I would still have that $1,583 coming in per month even though I don't have a mortgage loan. So me investing my money could benefit me much more now in current time and then also in the long run. So that's why my total debt amount is the least important out of all of those numbers right now, because I know that I can do so much more with my money than just paying off debt. But that's it. I hope this gave you a different perspective on money. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Share with your family and friends to motivate them to achieve their financial goals as well.